You're watching Indie Shooter's back-to-back coverage of NAB 2019. Sponsored by 16x9, Band Pro Film and Digital, JBC, Manios Digital and Film, Panasonic, Sigma, and Carl Zeiss.
Hi, Club with Indie Shooter, continuing our coverage of NAB 2019. I'm here with Larry of OWC. Number one, I'm a big fan of your company. I have a Mac Pro that is alive because of you guys. So 2012 Mac Pro still going strong and everything like that because of your products. But we're talking about something new today. Talk a little bit about what we got here.
Sure, this is our Thunderblade. It actually has been nominated for several awards. So far, we're 2 for 2. We won the BAM Award last night, which was really, really awesome. Video Edge gave it Best of Show Award today. And we have one more Product of the Year with the NAB show that we're looking forward to tonight. We'll see how she fares there, but this is a game changer for anybody in production, doing editing, whether you're post or you're doing ingest, wherever you need high capacity, fast storage. This is the fastest external Thunderbolt device on the planet today. You know, it's up to 8 terabytes. It's all flash. There are no fans, so there's nothing to there's no component that can fail in there that's going to hurt your setup, hurt your system, bring it down. Very obviously it's dead silent, quiet, and extremely portable. Very, very small. But this guy goes up to 2,000 megabytes per second, and if you're a DIT, it means you can get your data off those media cards quicker, get your data duplicated quicker. More than a terabyte of data in less than 10 minutes you can duplicate. Those media cards go back into circulation, and it's something that pays for itself, because on a job where you're going to buy new media cards for every job, you can have less of them. And folks, never mind the time it saves, the fact you can actually get out of there, get those dailies out, wherever it need be. Heck, get it to the guy that's going to do the editing, turn everybody's creativity into something that the whole world loves.
Because everybody holds their breath until those cards get covered. Once they're out of the camera and on their way to wherever they're going, you just hold your breath until you get the okay that they're good to go ahead and go again. So yeah, anything that can make that shorter and more assured, that's something we want to hear about. So how large is the drive itself?
It goes up to 8 terabytes.
Oh wow.
So yeah, it comes 1 terabyte is the smallest size, but 1, 2, 4, and 8 terabytes today. Won't be too long before we're up to 16 terabytes. But 8 terabytes, the 4 and the 8 are top sellers. The 4 and the 8 are pretty neck and neck. So that's right in the sweet spot in terms of what folks need for what are really daily shoots in 4K, even 6K work.
Are there RAID capabilities with the drive, or?
Oh yeah, this is straight RAID across.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely. And what you have is 4 different. You got 4 PCIe channels. Each has its own dedicated blade. So and very well interfaced. Taking full advantage of what Thunderbolt 3 can do. And then for the big work for the archive, for even post-editing, whatever the need may be, where high capacity comes into play, where you need all that work put together, you have our Thunderbase 6. That goes up to 84 terabytes with spinning media, and it also gives you an NVMe slot, so you can have an SSD in there that gives you up to that 1,000, 1,500 megabytes per second performance for Scratch, or other editing, or even secondary boot, whatever you may need. But the big thing is very fast storage, over 1,000 megs a second with spinning platters, across RAID 5. Which gives you that redundancy. You don't have to worry about data failure. Soft RAID, by the way, is something that gets integrated into all these solutions. And not only does it give you really high performance RAID that's really unmatched in hardware, not only is it faster than hardware for the straight RAID, if you ever have to do a rebuild, if you ever have to do a swap, well, 2 things happen with the hardware RAID. Number one, they take forever to rebuild, but it's kind of like that when you go around the dark side of the moon, you're waiting for them to come out the other side because did everything work out? With soft RAID, in addition to being hours instead of days for a rebuild, it also lets you have full accessibility to your data during that process. Wow. So it's not, we've gone behind the moon. Let's hope it all works out. And we're waiting for them to come back the other side. You're always online. You're always able to access that data. It's very intelligent rebuild. Your data is first priority to us.
Was this announced to the show? Is it shipping now, or?
This product is shipping. Gen 1 shipped a year ago. We phased in Gen 2 a little bit earlier this year, but put the big word out, how to say, at the show. So, the big new rollout has been at NAB.
And what is the price point on it?
It starts from under $1,000, but the 4 terabyte is $1,799. The 8 terabyte is $2,999. So, honestly, that is really incredible. A really incredible cost for flash today. In terms of what you get and how much that can save you. You look at a couple of red cards costing $1,800 a piece. You can just save 2 red cards for a project because you can turn that data faster, get it duplicated faster, know those cards are safe to go back into production. That can literally pay for itself on every job.
It requires additional power, not just the Thunderbolt connection, right?
Correct. This product does require additional power. We actually have our Envoy Pro Rugged. This is our portable SSD solution. This is bus power. This goes up. This will give you data rates of up to 1,800 megabytes a second sustained. Folks are doing 4K editing on this. They are doing 4K ingest on this. When you don't need, as Big Brother, I mean, this is something that goes up to 2 terabytes for well under $1,000. Starts at actually I want to say it's $249 now. Starting price 1 terabyte is $379. The 2 terabyte starts at about $699. Bus powered, Thunderbolt 3, super fast, super rugged. Even without the the casing around it, this thing can literally run over with a car. You run over with a truck and keeps on ticking. So,
speaking of that, so we're shooting right now with the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema camera, which takes flash media through USB 3. Is that something we could use with that?
We have USB 3. There's a lot of confusion out there. Thunderbolt 3 is a huge step up above anything USB. It's faster. It's PCI lane direct. There's less overhead from the bus, and the standards required to be a Thunderbolt product far exceed anything on the USB side. Part of it's how it was communicated, but while they share the same Type-C port, they're very, very different. USB-C today, USB Type-C, USB 3.1, however you'd like to name it. It's very confusing. They have 10 different ways to call it. Max is at about 10 gigabits. Thunderbolt is 40 gigabits. Thunderbolt supports true video lanes. It supports power. It supports everything over one cable, whereas USB is a little bit different and a little more limited. But the most important thing about Thunderbolt products don't get to be called a Thunderbolt product unless it's been certified. Both Apple and Intel both certify Thunderbolt products to be fully supported, fully compatible, and operating to the tight specifications that are required for Thunderbolt. You don't just decide one day you're going to put a Thunderbolt product out there. And I'm sure everybody's experienced interesting things with different USB devices. And that's because there's sort of standards, but there's no certification, and there's no watchdog saying that product shouldn't exist. So you get all sorts of interesting things out there. I will say this, OWC makes an incredible lineup of USB 3 products and USB Type-C products. We understand both sides of the equation, but we go through certification. We build to a proper standard. We don't just put a bunch of chipsets into a box and say, here are the features, and oh, sorry, they don't work. They've got to work. And we build for Apple, who requires, honestly, the threshold for Apple is a lot higher. There is a threshold for Apple. I'll just say it just like it is. So what we build and what's compatible with Mac is heads and shoulders above for the PC world. The little details that we expect as standard and take for granted is that's the only way to do it right. You don't find a lot of products on the USB side because you can get away with murder, but we actually stand behind our products and we care about our customers and we listen to our customers, and we want to listen. We want happy customers, not customers, let's say, with different issues. So whether it's USB-C or Thunderbolt, it's built to the standards that give it the reliability that OWC is known for.
And you guys give away a tremendous amount of value and education on your website in regards to being a vintage Mac owner myself. Whenever you think about, am I going to upgrade this, or am I going to change this, am I going to boost the memory, what am I going to do? I always start OWC first and see, number one, how is it possible, number one, to do, and number two, how do I actually do that if it goes through the internals of the computer itself? So I know that you bring a tremendous amount of value just to people. They don't even have to make a purchase. Your website is a huge resource.
No, we really are an education customer. I mean, a company for all practical purposes. We pull that curtain back. We want people to know how things work. Because a lot of this stuff, otherwise, you got it's like that black box, that's behind the curtain, Wizard of Oz. Mm-hmm. But when you see, what it takes, some things, it's like, hey, I'm going to take that to a pro. But 99% of what you can do with the system, you can do yourself. It's easy to do as long as you have a little bit of guidance. You can watch an OWC video on how to do it. Mm-hmm. And, we don't charge for that. I mean, come to our site, go on YouTube, Vimeo. They're everywhere. They're there for folks to learn. And, we're big advocates because it's kind of part of that whole sustainability thing. Recycling a computer, recycling technology in general is really not a good thing. It's much, much, much better, to keep that technology alive, keep it useful, give it to somebody else in a condition where they can make use of it and keep it rolling. And on top of that, with OWC upgrades, there's a lot of systems you can make better than what you can buy, something new for. You don't need to buy a new Mac, if you just need more storage. You don't necessarily need the new Mac just for more performance. You can get, the upgrades, people are still doing the systems from a decade ago, to older MacBook Pros, to the Mac Pro. They're still very relevant. People think these new machines are, some of these, wow, this is amazing how fast. They drop an SSD in their old machine, they're like, oh, it's brand new.
Brand new.
In some cases, especially since a lot of the newer stuff might even not even have the horsepower of a processor that was in a machine a decade ago, which is pretty crazy. A lot of these, really low power, low-end systems, but they're still very expensive. for $100, you can put in 500 gig SSD, and suddenly your decade-old machine is brand new and keeps right up with it. So,
and save that $5,000. You know, that's the thing about it, for the upgrade of a new machine. That's for sure.
big time.
So, if people aren't familiar with the new products, let's talk about it one more time. This is available now. This is the Blade, yes?
This is the Thunderblade. This is our Thunderbolt 3 dock, which is known as the best Thunderbolt 3 dock, period on the market. All the ports you need, one cable, no more dongle hell. One cable connects you to your displays, your drives, your video, audio, card reader, everything. The Thunderbase 6 is back there, 6-drive array. You can buy it 0 terabyte, I should say, and obviously, or all the way up to 84 terabytes, fully OWC certified. The Thunderbase 4 is a smaller version of this for 4 drives. We have really it all. We acquired, Kedio, which you probably heard about recently. So we've integrated their product line into our own. We both have a very full product line, but we both had, various gaps, and now, more than ever before, we really have something for everybody. We're not here to tell you what you have to use. We're really here to make sure we've got the solutions that you tell us you need. And that's the one thing I really love about NAB. Every year we come and get great feedback from great customers that tell us where their current pain points are. We want you all just to be able to plug stuff in. It just works. I mean, that's just the way it has to be. And you can focus on being creative. We make all this stuff flawless so that you can put all your energy to stuff like this.
Excellent, Larry. People want to find out more about all the OWC products. They should just start at the website, right?
Absolutely. Give us a visit at OWC.com. You can learn about all these great products. You can also find all our great partners, resellers, and ourselves. You can buy direct or find a partner where you can get the service and support that makes OWC products what they are. On top of that, we've got 800 toll-free. There's actually real live people you can call as well. So visit the site, send us an email, do a live chat. Heck, give us a call. We're here to help, and glad for everybody to learn more about these products.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Larry.
You're watching Indie Shooters back-to-back coverage of NAB 2019. Sponsored by 16x9, Band Pro Film and Digital, JBC, Manios Digital and Film, Panasonic, Sigma, and Carl Zeiss.